Today, guys, what I'm going to touch on is the topic of growth hormone and insulin. I'm briefly going to show you how to reconstitute growth hormone with bacteriosteric water, as well as inject it, and the differences between the dose of growth hormone and insulin, because a lot of people get them confused. And I want to educate people, or those that use insulin and growth hormone, that they don't mess up, because the doses are completely different. A lot of people confuse the doses of insulin with the doses of growth, or sometimes just confuse the doses of insulin and end up hypoglycemic, end up with the horror stories of the seizures and the pass-alongs that can come with that. So what I have here is a small vial of growth hormone from a source. Growth hormone comes in 10 IU vials or bottles, whatever you want to call these, and they generally come in kits of about 10, so you would get a total of 100 IUs per kit. This is a vial of bacteriosteric water. You can't use just any water when it comes to growth hormone. The reason why these are bacteriosteric is so you don't get any bacteria. These are purified. Versus if you use regular water, which you could, you have a risk of injecting bacteria into your body, which can create problems. Here is a box of Novolin R. This is just Walmart pharmacy brands, cheap, roughly about 20-25 bucks depending on what state you live. This is an insulin pen, and here I'm going to actually draw the water out of a 3 milliliter syringe. So what you want to do, of course, uncap the needle. We're going to take 1 milliliter of bacteriosteric water out of the vial, inject on top with the rubber. Make sure it's disinfected first. I did disinfect it prior. And we're going to draw 1 milliliter of bacteriosteric water. I'm going to flip open the top of the growth hormone. Inject it into the rubber. What you want to do is inject from the side of the bottle and allow it to seep slowly until it fully dilutes. I usually take about 10 to 20 seconds per milliliter for it to dilute. If 1 milliliter is not enough, we can try 2, we can try 3, but we have to make sure all the water is completely dissolved. Do not shake the bottle once it's in. I don't know if you can see there, but seems to be fully diluted. You want to rub it very, very gently in between your hands and place on a stable surface, not any place where it can fall or break. Once it is fully constituted, which it is, you want to place it in a cool area, preferably a small fridge if you have it, or if it's cold in your area where you live, you can leave it out. Just make sure it's in a very, very secure area. I'm going to go put this away. Now, as far as dosing goes, as I explained before, growth hormone comes in 10 IU kits. Now, it's 10 IUs per milliliter. I don't know if those of you that know, but a full insulin needle up to the 100 tick mark is 1 milliliter. So if it's 10 IUs per milliliter, each IU is at the 10 tick mark, 20 tick mark. So 20 tick mark would be 2 IUs, 10 tick mark is 1 IU, 30 tick mark is 3 IU, and so on. Whereas insulin, because insulin come in 100 IUs per milliliter is what that says. Each unit is just one small tick in between the large ticks. So if you hit 10, that's 10 IU of insulin. If you go below that to the tick mark before it, that's 9 IU, 8 IU, 7 IU, and so on. So if you inject up to 20 and you think that's 2 IUs, you injected 20 IUs of insulin. Therefore, you most likely have to eat however many grams of carbohydrates you need, depending on your glucose meter, to stabilize your blood sugar. Otherwise, you may go into hypoglycemic shock shortly after. So be very, very careful, guys, when it comes to that. I don't want to misinform or miseducate anybody. And for their safety, be careful when you use these things. Okay? Because compounds like this, though they are natural in the human body, as growth hormone is released by the pituitary gland, when it comes to using it in a supplement or a compound to add more into your body, it shocks the body. It gives the body a different result than what it would be without it. So I really hope this video helps. As far as injecting it, insulin always goes subcutaneous into the fat. So belly fat, wherever you have fat in the area, just take a small pinch right by the belly button and sting it there. When it comes to growth hormone works better intramuscularly. So you can do a shoulder, bicep, tricep. Also, I do believe, honestly, that injecting in certain areas of your body will enhance the size of the muscle, the sarcomere. Even though it won't actually grow it, spot injecting, I believe, is true. So for those of you that inject in your delts, you notice your delts will swell up a little bit more. It's not actual muscle, that's fluid in there. So I believe the same is with growth hormone. So if you're looking for an extra edge in a certain body part, not, just to bring it up a little bit, inject in that body part. So if you want to do biceps like most guys want to do, triceps, shoulder, trap, just be careful with it, okay? Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day.